Warriors! Hey guys, we've reached the end of the line of checking out our theme of Bad Boy Records. The name's Eric, and this is my mom, by the way. If you don't know, you know. That phrase also works because the king is on the screen. We're going to be listening to the king of hip-hop of New York at one point anyways. Once again, the Notorious B.I.G. He has a feature on today's song, but the name of the song is the Flava in Your Ear Remix. This is by Mack. I think you probably will know this beat because it's been reprised. But before we get into that, this one here is Mack featuring Biggie, of course. Also Cool J, and I think this is our first time hearing Busta Rhymes. Oh. Have we heard Busta Rhymes yet? I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
This is very early Busta Rhymes, so I'm not sure how you're going to feel about it. But we'll find out.
It's gonna be raunchy?
And nope, it's not too raunchy. He just has a very different style at this point. And then the other guy on this song is a guy named Rampage. I'm not super familiar with him. I think maybe he ruled with Busta Rhymes back in the day. Somebody could correct me out there if I'm wrong. But this is from the album Funk the World Project, 1994. Mack was one of the very first artists on Bad Boy Records. He basically put out that one album, this was his biggest hit, which was a remix of a song which was basically different words but like the same beat, and none of these features. So this remix, the only difference is he has a new verse and all these other people weren't on it, but it's not the first time. But this one was way more popular than the original one. A lot of people know this one these days just because it's been reused. Like I said, you would know the beat of this from a Jennifer Lopez song, most likely, which was called Ain't It Funny with Ja Rule, and it was, oddly enough, do you remember that one?
Yes.
Oddly enough, so that song was about her breakup with Puff Daddy, and this is Bad Boy. This beat came from Bad Boy, so she really...
Yep.
Puff Daddy basically was the dog, and she was smushing his face in the poo, essentially, with that song. So, yeah, that's where this one came from. I think this might be somewhat of a sample, but basically she bit this one for that song there. But here's the original, the better part, and again, another iconic verse from the Notorious B.I.G. to kick things off here. So, once again, this one's Flava in Your Ear remix from 1994, Mack, featuring a whole plethora of people. Obviously, you get this reference. Warriors!
I know you had to do a remix, right?
Niggas is mad, I get more butt than ashtrays. Fuck a fair one, I get mine the fast way. Ski mask way, nigga ransom notes. Far from handsome, but damn a nigga tote. More guns than roses, foes is shaking in their boots. A visible bully, like the gooch, disappear, vamoose, you whack to me. Take them rhymes back to the factory. I see the gimmicks, the whack lyrics, the shit is depressing, pathetic. Please forget it. You're mad cause my style you're admiring. Don't be mad, UPS is hiring. You should have been the cop, fuck hip-hop. With that freestyle, you're bound to get shot. Not from Houston, but I rap a lot. Pack the gat a lot, the flame's about to drop. Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear. Like a brand new flavor in your ear. Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. Word up, no rap, no crap, you bore me. One to grab my dick, too lazy, hold it for me. I'm straight rap great, bust the head strict and dreads, I'm everlasting. Like it's so on pro catch, a tech 9, when I rhyme, plus I climb, word is bond. Your album couldn't fuck with one line. It's been 3 years since your last year, but now I reappear, your heart pumps fear. To your gut, did your girl's butt. I scraped it, shaped it, now she won't strut. I smashed teeth, fuck your beat, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith. You won't be around next year, my rap's too severe, kicking bad flavor in your ear. Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear. Like a brand new flavor in your ear. Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. 21.
Alright, we'll pause there after the first couple of verses. We'll pause after every couple because I think there's like 5 on this one. But what did you think about that so far? I think I know what you're gonna say, but let's see if I'm wrong.
I kind of like it.
You like it so far? Did you recognize the beat at all? That boom, boom from the J-Lo song?
No.
I'll have to play it for you real quick after we finish this one, so you know what I'm talking about. But that's actually not what I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say that Craig Mack couldn't follow Biggie.
No, I really wasn't. I was stuck in a different headspace with that one.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know why. I guess it's still the little kid in me, but when both of them said the word butt instead of ass, and I don't know why, but it made me laugh so hard.
Well, they're cleaning it up a little bit.
I did your girl's butt.
Yeah.
If you say it like Beavis or Butthead, that's what makes it funny. Like, I did her butt. Oh, man. But yeah, this is a pretty fun one. I think really the features is what made this more popular than the first one. Plus, Biggie was really blowing up at the time, which is basically what made Craig Mack kind of go that way in terms of priority for Bad Boy, and really why he was pretty much never heard of again after this album. But we still got verses from LL Cool J, Rampage, and Busta Rhymes. Not a part of Bad Boy Records, but just some outside sources, I guess, probably Puffy pulled in. But I think this is the Rampage verse here.
94, mad motherfucking hardcore. It's my time to burn, to explode. The flavor in your ear is the Boy Scout. I make outs, I make all the rappers have doubts. You're fucking with the wrong clan and the wrong man, that's it. Now you got to get your dome split. I'm going into my knapsack with my cat. Take off my hat, yes, I'm just cool like that. The dangerous, the ruggedness from the Flatbush abyss. BLS 97 kiss bastard. I'm gonna live long in this rap game. Niggas know my name, yo. Puffy.
You're jiggling, baby. You're jiggling, baby.
Here's shit. Blotitious. Skeevy. Delicious. Give me goose, love me good. Damn. Hollis to Hollywood, but is he good? I guess like the jeans. Flavor like praline. Sick daddy, I mean. Papa love it when he does it. Niggas buzz it. But no, was it really just the flavor that be clogging your ears? The most healthy behavior is to stay in the clear. It's all for you, it's really all for you. Punch back, close your eyes, try to munch that. Oil up your ankles, let your Timbs tap. Fight the flavor, it reacts to your gold caps. Word to mama, a tongue kiss up piranha, electrocuted barracuda. I'm here to bring the drama. Yo!
Alright, we'll stop before we get to the crazy Busta Rhymes. What did you think about Rampage and LL Cool J? Very different content there.
I didn't hear a whole lot of LL Cool J stuff.
Well, you know obviously what LL Cool J stands for, so...
Ladies love Cool James.
Yeah, basically he...
Sure do.
He was basically like a true-to-form hip-hop rapper. A hip-hop rapper. True-to-form lyricist, rapper, MC when he started, and then he started getting into doing like more songs like based around for the ladies, and then he just completely went that direction from, I think it was like late, maybe early 90s, late 80s, and then basically from that point on, that's mostly what it was, outside of, I would say, Mama Said Knock You Out. But, yeah, like I said, I don't know really anything about Rampage. I didn't look into this. I tried to do most of my stuff here, basically all of it off the top of my head. So feel free to leave any information about Rampage out there. Was he part of the Flip Mode Squad? That would be my guess at this point. But, all right, let's get into your first time hearing Busta Rhymes. This is going to be interesting because this is when he was... Well, he's been out of his mind these last few years, but okay. he was even more out of his mind, like... I don't know, he had a period where he was like a really crazy rapper when he first kind of busted through in the scene. That was kind of like what made him stand out at that point. He was a part of a group, but he really stood out because of his the way that he rapped. But yeah, this is part of that period. He was just breaking out of that group on his own. He's out of it.
Flavors in your ass grease. Busta Rhymes about to bring the noise on these. Let me loose from the belly of the beast. Everybody. Hey, you better believe it's Busta Rhymes the great. We bout to whip the tri-state, yo. Hey, I split your face and give you stitches. Throw niggas in ditches, slap the ass on fat bitches. Wait 1 second, as I get down, I'm rolling with the heavyweight connect through the stomping ground now. Don't you
bitches every time. Bring it vicious when I bust the back. I know one thing the whole world is expecting is how we all connected. To break fool on the same record. 5 new flavors on the beat. Feel the fucking heat. I really think you should be cheap while we blow up the street. Instead of copping, please just freeze. Maintain the focus while we smoke these marijuana trees. When I get down, I disappear, reappear, and blow up everywhere. I'm fucking with these flavors in your ear.
Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear. Like a brand new flavor in your ear. Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear. Like a brand new flavor in your ear.
I missed that. We don't have a DJ cutting anymore. Alright, we'll stop there. Alright, so I played a little bit of the J-Lo song there. You definitely remember that one.
Yeah.
Alright, so the end of Flava in Your Ear, the remix there, Craig Mack. What did you think about that one?
The ending was a lot.
Yeah, like I said, this was when Busta Rhymes, he was
crazy.
way out. He was on Pluto at this point. But yeah, it was even so hard. It was even kind of difficult to really even figure out what he was talking about, just because he was doing so much. That would calm down in a couple more years after this. So we'll have some later Busta Rhymes where he's not quite as hectic and makes a little bit more sense for us to check out. But I enjoyed the rest of it overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one part that he said about fat ass women or whatever.
Slap the ass on fat bitches.
Yeah, that one. It reminded me of a song. I think it was out in the 70s, maybe early 80s. Ain't gonna bump no more with no big fat woman.
I know that song.
And so that's where I went. Like,
the part that he does that I always laugh at is flavors in your ass crease. Who says ass crease in a rap song? Apparently Busta Rhymes did.
Well, there was some flavor in there.
Yeah,
Apparently.
there was some flavor in there. Hopefully you enjoyed the flavor of our Bad Boy Records theme. When we get back together, we'll be, like I said, going back to some channel favorites, some people we have never seen, people we haven't seen in a while possibly. Can't remember what I have lined up. It's just going to be a bunch of random fun. But again, expect some of the channel favorites in there. But until next time, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you have not yet. But for Mom, I am Eric once again, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.